Now that we have an idea of how to thread our machine, we are getting ready to start sewing. I hope you're excited about this. My name is Fellow and this is Fellow's Haven, where we talk about all things sewing. Before you get right into sewing, you actually want to start knowing which fabrics to buy. We have talked about that. I will put a link in the description box of the video where I was talking about fabrics. You want to decide which fabric to buy. For beginners, I would suggest a cotton, like I mentioned in that video. And you also want to know how much of that fabric you need in a certain project. Buying the amount of fabric that you need for a certain project can be, a meet or a hit or a miss. You can either buy material that is way too much, or you can either buy material that is not enough for your project. What I would suggest is it's better for you to buy material that is too much for your project rather than buying material that is not enough for your project. For you to be able to know how much or the amount of fabric that you need for whatever project that you're going to be working on, if you're going to be using patterns, some or most rather of the patterns, they come with the amount of fabric suggestions and also the fabric type suggestion. That maybe if it is a top, they might suggest use a cotton fabric or this type of fabric with this amount of fabric for this specific top. So when you're using your patterns, just check through that envelope or to read through. If it's a PDF, read through every instruction and everything else. It will definitely have the amount of fabric that you need to use for that specific pattern. If you are not working with the pattern where maybe there are instructions on it or it's written the amount of fabric you need, you can use general estimates. Definitely something that you're going to be working on, someone has worked on it before, so it's good to ask around, or even to just use the general estimate that your measurements, if it's a skirt, you're probably going to need 1 meter to 2 meters depending on your size and the design of the skirt. If it's a beginner friendly skirt, it's probably just a pencil skirt, which you're going to need 1 meter to 2 meters. And also if it's a top, you're probably going to need 1.5 to 2 meters or to 3 meters, all depending on the design of the top and also on your size. So just use general estimates. Ask people or that have worked on the same project that you are working on, or just do your research before you actually go to the fabric store to buy the fabric. When you're also buying your fabric, you want to take note of the fabric width. This is the permanent width that comes with the fabric. It's either you get them on 115 centimeters, 150 centimeters, or 3 meters, if I'm not mistaken. 3 meters is usually for 2.5 to 3 meters is usually for curtains, I think. But yeah, those are the widths for the most fabrics that you will find. So you also want to consider that, like I said in the beginning of the video, that buying excess is better than buying little of the fabric. So when you're buying your fabric, make sure to add a little bit extra. It could be half a meter or a meter, because in your project you're probably going to make mistakes. So you want to leave room for that. When you make a mistake, you still have enough fabric to complete your project. So I would advise that you buy whatever amount that you think this is at. Add half a meter or a meter to your to that amount of fabric, so that you leave room for mistakes. Lastly, you can ask in that fabric store. They will definitely have information of how to help you when you are trying to buy something. You just tell them I'm going to make this dress, or this top, this skirt, this and that. They will know how much and how much fabric you need for that project, most of them. But be sure to also do your own personal research from people who have actually worked with the certain projects that you want to work with. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and share it with someone. Until next time, take care of each other and take care of yourself. Happy sewing!